Hi, I have had a hard time trying to decide what to talk about tonight, but I have decided that what I want to talk to you about tonight is something that came from the Mindset Mastery program. If the dream is big enough, the facts don't count. Let me say that again. If the dream is big enough, the facts don't count. So I want you to think about something. When Walt Disney was trying to start his company, there was a lot of people that thought he was crazy and that he couldn't do it. So if the dream is big enough, he had a huge dream and he didn't let other people's negative thoughts shut him down to do that. And now look what Walt Disney is. It's huge. And I bet you all those people that he wanted to try to invest with him and they turned him down, I bet they were, wanting to shoot themselves in the foot or something because he is huge now. So his dream was big enough, and all the facts, everything that was around him, did not mean anything to him. It didn't count. Those facts didn't count because he had a dream. And another thing that came from the Mindset Mastery, it says, believe in the impossible and the remarkable will be inevitable. So on my weight loss journey, there's been a struggle with failure. You lose weight and you gain weight. You lose weight and then you gain weight. And then you lose a bunch of weight and then you gain weight. And so there's lots of proof that I can fail, that I'll fail again. And, there's lots of proof of that. I've seen it. And there's lots of proof that this is how I should be, because of my family history and stuff. But I want you to know I have a dream, and my dream is to be a size 8. And I don't know that I can remember a time when I was a size 8. I don't think I ever was a size 8. Maybe in junior high. Maybe. But I can remember in high school I was a size 10. And, back then I thought I was heavy. Now, what I wouldn't give to be a size 10 again. So how big is my dream? And how am I willing to give up those facts to make being a size 8 my reality? So, we've been talking about sparks, all of us, Sarah, Rosa, Christy. We've been talking about sparks to take us just one step closer to that goal. And some of my sparks have been eat more fruits and vegetables, give up flour, sugar, and milk, do all of those things. Well, a year ago, I had a spark to get healthy by working on my hormones. I'm at that age where your hormones are all out of whack and I'm going into, the menopausal stage for a woman's life. And that's a very confusing time. But anyways, so I had a spark to do some stuff with my hormones. And what I want to talk about tonight a little bit, is some of those dream crushers. So my spark was doing that and I was starting to feel really, really good. And then another doctor that has nothing to do with hormones was trying to tell me how bad those hormones are for your body, for other parts of your body. And so to me, that other doctor was being a spark crusher. You get a spark and you get excited about a new thing that you're trying to do. And I'm not saying hormones are good for everybody. You've got to make that decision for your own body. But I was feeling really good. And then when he said that, when he said, you need to quit doing the hormones because of this and this, and I won't go into a lot of details, but I was like, I don't know what to do now, because I was feeling really good and I started feeling really good. The weight was kind of coming off. I've been bouncing a little bit, but it was hard because what happens when you have facts in front of you that are trying to shut down your goal? What is it that you do? And I really had to take a step back and decide, was my spark worth fighting for? The spark I had a year ago, so that I could feel better. So when you have a spark and you feel really good about it, this made me think, if your goal or your dream is big enough, the facts don't count. So what do you do when there are people that I talked about before, that they're being windblowers and they're trying to blow out your flame and your fire? So what do you do with those people? Well, I've decided that they can say what they want to say, and that doctor can say what he wants to say, but he's not a doctor for hormones. And so I decided I needed to listen to the people that deal with hormones on a daily basis. And I did talk to them about what this other doctor said. And I still felt like the path I had chosen was the best path for me. Now, and that's what you have to do. You have to decide, how important are those facts that are trying to crush your dream? Do you want to believe them, or do you want to try to move forward and try to do what is best for your body? And that's kind of what I had to do, is I had to decide which path was better for my body. And I have to be happy with that. And we have to be happy with that. The other thing that was in the Mindset Mastery is believe in the impossible, and the remarkable will be inevitable. So sometimes when I think about being a size 8, I think that's impossible, because I'm a long ways away from that. But I also, when I read, also it was in the Mindset Mastery, I read the phrase, let me find it. I am lean and energetic and a size 8. I got really excited about that. I was like, I can be a size 8. And I finally decided I can. Now, it may take me 5 years because I have a long ways to go. But it doesn't matter if it takes 5 years, or maybe it takes 2 years. I don't know. However long it takes, I am going to take the sparks that are in my life that I need to help my body and to make my body the type of body that I want to be able to go on hikes with my grandkids. I actually do go on hikes. I like to hike, and I am going to set a goal to, do more hikes next year. My husband likes to hike also, and we're not skinny people that go on hikes. But guess what? If you train your body and you're walking and you're doing exercises to get your body stronger, it doesn't matter what weight you are. You can do those things if you have that desire to do them. And you just need to train your body to get it where it can do stuff like that. And that's one thing I'm very grateful for, is I've always had the desire to do exercise. And I told you last time that my exercise has been, maybe it was 2 weeks ago, I don't know. But I told you that I had kind of been not doing as much exercise and I started doing more. And that's actually been really good. I am able to go on a bike ride for 6 miles and I'm able to do things like that. I love my bike rides. I'm building up right now to try to go and be able to do the 17-mile bike ride that I did when I did my own personal triathlon. And I love that bike ride. And I want to be able to do that again. I have a little ways to go because I let myself go for a while, but that's my goal this year, is to be able to do that before January of 2023, January 1. So I want to do that bike ride again in 2022. And so that's one of my goals, is to build myself back up so that I can do that bike ride, because it's a nice bike ride. Lots of hills, but it's a nice bike ride. And I don't know, maybe I've been thinking of doing a 30-miler in the future. I've been kind of looking into bike rides. And so maybe 2023 will be my goal of doing a 30-mile bike ride. And that's a long bike ride. And isn't that funny? I would rather do a 30-mile bike ride than run a marathon. I don't want to do that. That's 26 miles or something like that. So I don't want to do that, but I can do a bike ride. Maybe one day I'll build up to a 50-miler. Maybe. We'll see. It might take another year or so. Anyways, that's all I have for you tonight, is if the dream is big enough, the facts don't count. So think about your dream, and the facts won't matter what that dream is. So I will talk to you next week.